Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to welcome. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rice Field. Here in the booth with you tonight, Michael Hanrahan,
and
alongside. Oh,
okay.
Sorry. Your name is all your own. We're starting off a little rocky, but hopefully we'll pick it up real fast. Temperatures are low, excitement is high as we bring you to the 2021 homecoming football game. Your Anacortes Seahawks taking on the Cascade Bruins. Interesting matchup. Of course, the Seahawks, freelancing is the term this year in their league. They're not playing in a normal league. They're just kind of picking teams out of the hat and rolling with the punches. Cascade normally wouldn't be on the expected schedule, but they are this year. The Bruins bringing a 4-4 record to the field tonight. The Seahawks on the other side of the ball sitting at 7-1 in what should be a really interesting matchup, Freddie.
Right, Michael, and I have never seen these guys play, and they have played some pretty impressive teams, I will say, the Bruins. They have played a lot of 4A and 3A schools, them themselves being a 3A school, I believe. So definitely bringing a lot to the table tonight, and this is a very exciting homecoming game as the student section is absolutely packed. I have never seen it this packed, Michael, and I swear I say that every time, but it is absolutely packed today.
And we are off in this one. The kick from Caleb Nelson being returned now. Solid return coming out to about the 35-yard line to start this drive. The Cascade Bruins, their offense will come out onto the field as well as the Seahawk defense.
Right, Michael. And this Seahawk defense have not let off a lot of points this year. We've always had high-scoring games this season, but especially low scores from that impenetrable defense from the Seahawks. It
Indeed.
Really keeps them in check.
Interesting to see if the Bruins offense poses any challenges for the defense this year.
Right.
Seahawks have had a lot of shutouts this year where their opponent hasn't even scored. Little confusion for the Seahawks. A couple players coming off the field as we see a few new ones coming on.
And, Michael, you got to think that there is just a lot of tension on the field right now. These are two teams that have never matched up before, which the Seahawks are quite used to this year. Again, as you say, playing in a freelance league, playing against a lot of separate different teams from all over, well, outside of Skagit County and just really all over Western Washington. So this is going to be, again, really good matchup tonight as unknown is in play.
First rush of the night for the Bruins grabs them 2 yards. 2nd and 8 upcoming for this offense.
Right, yeah, and those little chipping yards really do help out. It gives them more time and more room to work with to get either a bigger pass going or a breakaway run. So we're going to see what they can do here. Looks like they're going with a run again. That one is a bigger carry. I believe that is around 8 yards on its own.
And that will be a first down as they move the sticks for Cascade. Strong run there. So early on, we're seeing the run game of the Bruins getting going. And if that's any indication of how this game's going to go, it'll be a long night for that Seahawks defense trying to stop the run.
Right, yeah, they really got to get something going because that was 2 very impressive runs to just get that first down and 2. And those chipping yards mean a lot, Michael. There's little field left already. But that run is going to be stopped right there with a gain of around 1 or 2 yards as the Seahawks defensive line put a stop to that, really shutting out that running back.
Seen a lot of motion plays from the Bruins here in the first drive of the game for them. And the Seahawks having to kind of play a little cat and mouse from the other side of the field, but they're holding up strong right now. Didn't really give much up on that play. Again, looking at about a 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9.
Right, yeah, I think the Bruins' strategy right now is just testing the running waters. You know, if they can go with an outside pitch more and pick up 8 yards or get stopped by the line with just a little toss. That's what they're probably trying to think and do right now as the Seahawks defense is already putting a shutout to this offense. They know the run now, and they know how to stop it. So pretty quickly, Seahawks have taken over defensively as it is now.
You saw
3rd and 9, I believe.
The swarm of Seahawks defenders on that play. No gain for the Bruins. They'll look at a 3rd and long, trying to catch this first down and keep this first drive going.
Right, and for any football team, this is a deciding play.
Hand
now
off.
Have a run.
Around the corner, it's going to be close. You're seeing the running back, Lyle Pinala.
I think that should be around 4th and 3, 4th and 2, maybe even less. That was a pretty impressive run, but I don't think it's going to be enough to move the chains. Oh, I think it was actually sizable.
It will be a 4th down, although quarterback staying out there, number 6, Eric Soward. So
right, and this is early in the game to be going for plays like these, but I guess they really want to show the Seahawks that they mean business. Maybe this is one of their biggest strategies. We don't know, they don't know, so that's why this is really important. Oh, and that's going to be offside.
Offsides. You see Garrett Bickley jumping the gun there, and Bruins are going to get a first down off of that one.
Right, and that was a big deciding play. That could have been a turnover by the Bruins starting at around the 50-yard line. That could have been huge for the Seahawks. But now they have 4 more chances to get it in the end zone or more, so we're going to see what they got here.
Cascade Bruins taking their time, coming down the field. First down here, another motion, and this time a handoff.
And that's going to be pretty big. Rumbling, tumbling, stumbling, stopped by Noah Hunter, number 6 for the Seahawks.
That'll be Hunter Smith carrying the ball.
Yeah, and let's just talk about that run, Michael. That was different from what the Seahawks have seen so far. That was right up the middle, and that really got some yards there as they are pressing up to that end zone. They should be in the red zone within the next few plays, so we'll see. We'll see how the Seahawks defense can respond. Quick timeout by the Seahawks.
Sitting at the 25-yard line after a big run from Smith and a first down again for the Bruins. Seahawks been up and down thus far against the run. They've had some really nice stuffs and also allowed some big plays.
Yeah, they just letting those little chip yards go off really takes a toll because not only does it tire your defense out a bit, but the Bruins have not let up with the run game. I don't think there's been a single pass yet, and the Seahawks really just got to find a way to shut it out like they can with those outside pitches. Let's see what the Bruins bring to the table on this next play.
Now, a design run play for Sowards, and Tony Rios finds him immediately.
Right, and that was an outside play, Michael. That left and right side are dangerous for the Bruins because you have Seahawks corners, safeties. Everyone's dropping down. Those linebackers especially are just really getting in there, Tony Rios with a really good stop.
Second down and just about the same to go as it was the last play. 10. Still in a pretty good spot here are the Bruins.
Here's another run, but that's going to be a lot better.
Big run gained by Michael Pearl. And first down, now well within the red zone, are the Cascade Bruins. Every time it seems as though the Seahawks are going to get a stop, Cascade comes right back with a strong response just like that.
Yeah, and that was really big. But, Michael, I'd like to touch up on something. Cascade has quite a heavy amount of seniors starting and just overall on the team. This is a very senior team. So I'm looking, there are at least 10 seniors on this team. On this
Cut back up the middle. Sorry to cut you off, Freddie, but a big play there. Hunter Smith charges in for the touchdown, and the Cascade Bruins put 6 points on the board after a long but focused drive that led to a score.
Right, Michael, and that was nothing but runs. That's very impressive. There was a lot of stops by the Seahawks, but then that offsides play really just opened up the door to Cascade. And now they're going to go and try to get an extra point here. Oh, but it's fumbled. Here's Big, taken down, and that's a fumble.
They're going to call that play dead. Seahawks wanted to pick it up and run the other way, try to grab 2.
Replay.
Fumbled snap there, and that was big as it's only going to be 6 points on the board now. What a turn of events there, Michael. That could have been very bad for Cascade if the second fumble was open to the Seahawks, but now we're going to see Anacortes return.
So after a really solid opening drive with a sort of frantic conclusion, the home team Seahawks will come out on offense for the first time, barring any crazy plays like we just saw on that PAT.
Felipe Luvianos to return the kick here.
And that kick coming from the leg of Braden Gardner. As we tried to mention before the game started, it is a cold night.
Yes, it is.
And these players, they're going to have to run around the field a whole lot if they want to keep warm. Even up here in the booth, in the comfortable chairs we sit in with heat, we're feeling it.
Exactly. And that was a big carry there by Jake Shue, the running back. And kick was a little short. Shue returned it to around the 40.
So here comes the Seahawk offense, and we just saw a taste of him there on the return. Jake Shue, the star running back, he has plowed his way through teams this season, racking up over 1,200 rushing yards, 14 touchdowns. We'd be surprised if those numbers didn't increase tonight.
Right, Michael, and I'm glad you brought up the stats there because Jake Shue is an animal. He is just, for the rushing capabilities, is incredible. As we're going to see him go up now, already, I believe, a 7-8 yard rush there. Really incredible stuff coming out of the gate.
Just rolling that ball over the 50 to the Bruins side of the field is Jake Shue. And though Larson is comfortable throwing the ball and the Seahawks like to mix it up, I wouldn't be surprised if this drive went the same way, or at least similarly to the way Cascade lined it up,
Right.
and just kept forcing it down the throats of this Bruin defense.
Exactly. And the Seahawks defense is a threat, but their offense, especially with the run game, is nothing to be trifled with. As they keep on chugging away at that first down, it's really hard to stop them because the less yards that they have, the more it opens up for the Seahawks. And the faster they can convert points is the faster they can secure a W. And so we're going to see most likely another run on this first down, round the 55.
Shu not alone in the backfield this time. You'll see Brock Beener alongside Larson. He'll take the snap, and a blitz coming.
There's Larson. Oh, it's deflected. That's going to be a dead ball on the play. Pass deflected, Larson.
Well done by the Bruin defense there. Came charging through the offensive line, and the play action, unfortunately, faking that run just decreased the amount of time Larson had to look for a throw downfield, and Cascade came for him.
Right, there were 2 linemen and 2 linebackers right on Rex Larson, but managed to get the ball up and out. Deflected, but still up and out. And we're going to see a 2nd and 10 here.
So it's Larson again, taking the snap. This time he will hand it off to Jake Shu. Running up the middle into Bruin bodies, but takes a little more than just one to stop him, as he'll find 8 or 9 yards on 2nd down to set up a 3rd and manageable for Anacortes.
Right. And Jake the Shoo-Shoo train just chugging away at this Bruins defense. He's had every single yard already. And I would not be surprised if we see quite a spectacle from him tonight.
Near the top of your screen, you'll be seeing injured Bruin walking off the field. That's Ian Humphreys, defensive lineman.
Hate to see it, Michael. You hate to see it.
But they'll bring in a sub in on 3rd and 2.
There's a snap. Another run to Shu, but he is stopped. Looks to be a gain of only 1 or 2 there, as not enough for the 1st down. It's now going to be 4th and 3, excuse me.
So now it'll be interesting. Looks like Larson communicating with his coach. He'll stay out on the field. Doesn't look like Anacortes wants to give this up just yet. They'll try to convert on 4th down, just as the Bruins did. These drives really matching pace and scheme here.
Right. And we see Shu and Beener in the backfield. But, Michael, I would not be surprised if we saw a pass here right now. But it's a run. Jake Shu getting the 1st down and them some. He's stopped at around the 32-yard line. And excuse me for my false predictions on the pass. I thought the Seahawks were going to switch it up a bit, but there is no need when you have a running back like Jake Shu, who just carves that defense like a Christmas ham.
Love the simile there, as Larson gets set for a new set of downs. Looks like the Bruins might be bringing some pressure here.
Right.
Excuse me, Beener coming outside. He'll pick up a few after a nice cut right off the handoff.
Right.
Replay.
That was Brock Beener with just a couple extra yards, making it easier for the Seahawks to hopefully get a 1st down and hopefully a scoring drive here, Michael. We don't have too much time left in the 1st quarter, as it is 6-0 Cascade. So we're going to see if the Seahawks can convert some points on the board.
And it's Shu back to the main man. He'll find his way through the crowd for maybe 4 yards.
I think it is enough, or just 1 yard short for a 1st down. This is now 3rd and 1 for the Seahawks.
In the red zone here. Still haven't seen a throw from either team. Wonder if that's going to change.
Well, Michael, who needs to pass when you have very strong running backs?
It's a legitimate question, Freddie, and the answer is I'm not sure, because Shu has the ball again and he'll get tackled, but not until getting the 1st down. Indeed.
Diving and jumping over 2 Cascade players there. That was impressive.
Sitting now right around the 13-yard line. are the Seahawks.
Well, Michael, I think it is undoubtable that the Seahawks are going to try and get some rushing yards here relatively quickly, as that is going to be Brock Beaner chugging away and getting those yards. So they're now just a few yards shy of a touchdown.
Now at the 7-yard line, we'll see the Seahawks on a 2nd and 4.
Trying to convert for not only a first down, but a touchdown here. Here's the Seahawks.
Larson will take the snap, and it's Beaner again. He'll find his way for the first down, not the touchdown.
I think that's just 1 yard shy, Michael. Is this going to bring it to 1st and inches for the Seahawks?
Again, just one offensive drive for each team right now, as we're almost done with this first quarter of play. Really interesting to see just how tedious these drives can be when you rely on the ground game.
Here's Jake Shue for the touchdown. Touchdown Seahawks, and that is Shue with just an excellent run there. Took the outside wide and took that cornerback to town, as he is now in the end zone celebrating. Excellent job by the Seahawks.
And you love the patience from Jake there, letting the blockers get set, finding his way outside, and near the pylon, he slips in. We knew he was going to get going, we just didn't know when, and now he's answered that question early on. It's 6-6, and now the Seahawks are looking to play some trickery here. Really interesting formation.
This is an interesting setup, Michael. This is going to be a pass. No good.
You saw the freshman Rylan Lang. Yeah.
Just a little bit on the inside there as pass was dropped, unfortunately. So now it's going to be tied, 6-6. And, Michael, you got to wonder, would that 2 points early on in this half really have been a decider? I don't know, as they have 6, so that's why I would love to ask you here.
Well, as far as the conclusion of the game goes and who's going to win it, you would have to think probably not. There's probably going to be some more scoring, especially from what we've seen early on between these two teams. But morally, I think that would have really given the Seahawks an upper hand, although now you've got to think it's a pretty even playing field back to 0, because we're sitting at 6-6. It's a tie game where both teams have made a mistake that's cost them the lead. And here we are.
Yeah, an upsetting conversion there, but nonetheless a touchdown from the senior Jake Shue and the Seahawks, as it is now, again, 6-6, back to 0, all square. And we're going to have Caleb Nelson taking the kick.
Little over a minute here in this first quarter of play left. If we had to make a prediction for how this quarter's going to end, it probably won't finish with the Bruins in the end zone, because if they're running the ball as much as they have, that clock is going to tick down within just 2 or 3 plays.
Right, and those little, small chipping runs mean so much when you have a lot of time. But when you don't have a lot of time, it's really tough, as there was a squib kick there. It's recovered at around the 27-yard line. Michael, do you think that was strategic or an accident there? Because I don't know.
Well, you know, Nelson has a good leg on him, and normally he does well to get those balls high in the air. However, on the first drive for the Bruins, the opening kickoff, they brought it out to the 35, and that squib landed them right around the 28-yard line. The player just had to fall on the ball because he didn't want any weird ball movement to give an opportunity for the Seahawks to grab it.
And that does open the door. I mean, they have only a minute left, but starting out at the 27 is a lot better than the 35, so we're going to see. Starting out with a run, and that is going to be stopped by number 54, Chase Mole, in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of around 5 yards or more.
Clock continuing to wind down. They'll probably get another playoff. But as this quarter winds down, we see a really even match here, which is exciting. We've we've really only seen the Seahawks in the close matchups one or two times throughout this season, and it's really exciting, especially in the homecoming game, to see a really competitive match.
And again, as you said, we've mostly seen one-sided games with in the first quarter getting, 15 points on the board, or just 21 sometimes. So it's a change of pace for not only the fans but the Seahawks to watch this.
You see a big run there by Pinala. Made some nice cuts. Found his way to the 40-yard line. And a first down along with it.
Just about 10 seconds here for the last play of the first quarter. Is going to be another run.
This time it's Hunter Smith. We'll grab 5 or so on first down as the first quarter ends. So, sitting at a tie game 6-6, the Anacortes Seahawks have done well, but so have the Bruins. We'll take a short break and come back with the second quarter real soon.
We're taking a break.
When you buy or donate items to the Kiwanis shop, you are participating in this great local effort. But when you join or volunteer, you are doing much more. See you at the K-Shop.
Go a few blocks into Old Town Anacortes and you'll find Dad's Diner. With breakfast and lunch served all day, you'll definitely find the perfect meal. All of their food is prepared fresh each day, from the delicious house salad with salmon to the savory BLT. Dad's Diner, open Tuesday through Sunday, is located on Commercial between 9th and 10th Street.
3,
Come on
2,
down and grab a bite.
1. We're back.
Welcoming you back for the second quarter of play on this Friday night. And it'll start with a run yet again for the Cascade Bruins. And a first down along with it.
Right. And this has been a very, very intense first half. It has just been nothing but the run. And it's working for both teams. So we're going to see on this drive if the Bruins will switch it up at all or continue with what works.
On the starting lineup, you'll see for the Bruins, they have many designated running backs, really not a lot of wide receivers, as another run here for a good chunk of yardage gets the Bruins to the 40-yard line of the Seahawks.
Right, and you are exactly right, Michael. I've seen at least 9 players with labeled as running backs for the Bruins. So that is something I have never seen before. They obviously love the run, and it obviously works for them, as they've got some early points on the board.
Sowards will hand this one off again to Michael Pearl for a first down.
They're getting at least, I would say they're averaging 6-7 yard rushes every time, which is hard to stop. So the Seahawks defense really has to acclimate to it and try and put a stop to that. Just strong rush.
Consistency with this run game has been hard for the Seahawks to overcome. We'll see if that changes. But right now, it's Hunter Smith up the middle, getting his way to the 35.
Smaller run there, but just right there. I mean, it's hard to stop those, Michael. And the Seahawks, I would say, are doing a pretty solid job to, take off as many yards as they can. But it's just really going to be a tough matchup tonight, as both teams have a pretty strong defense, but a very strong run game. Pretty even matchup.
Again, it's a run. This time it's read well by Luka Dumas along with the freshman Brock Beener behind the line of scrimmage, Hunter Smith will go down for a loss of yardage.
Right, and that was just a little freshman senior
Replay.
double up on there. Getting the Bruins to lose some yards. That is a big momentum change. If they've gotten at least 6-7 yard rushes each time in this second quarter, so that is big for the Seahawks. See if they can capitalize on that.
So a 2nd and 5 turns into a 3rd and 10 at the 34 for the Bruins. Soward's trying to get the Seahawks to jump on the line. It won't work, and a timeout called. Seahawks players going to discuss things here, try to figure out a way to get the offense rolling again.
Right. Yeah, their defense, especially the line, has, with the last couple plays, have done excellent jobs at getting a stop to that rush game. So I'm sure that's what they're talking about right now, getting the line prepared to stop one coming right up the middle, as they've got to have fast hands and faster feet to get around that rush game.
As the Bruins will come out of their huddle and begin to get set. If they can't convert here, you've got to think, depending on the yardage they pick up or possibly lose, they may end up going for it again on 4th down. Although, if they don't pick up a good chunk, it seems as though it would be unlikely.
Right. Yeah, so now it is 3rd and long.
And it's Sowers. He'll toss it to Smith, getting around the edge with some speed, yet not enough to get a 1st down. Good tackle there, being chased down by a couple Seahawk players, Landon Frost and Liam Ufkus.
Yeah, the senior Ufkus really trying to beat that outside edge because he himself ran around a bit, so we saw him hustling back. Frost was there to help stop that rush from getting into dangerous territory, as it's now going to be 4th and 5, I believe.
And unlike the prediction I may have had, it looks like the Bruins are going to go for this.
Interesting decision. Well, they tried to go for it on the last quarter and successfully did with a call, but looks like they're going to be stopped and actually taken back.
So a turnover on downs, the first we've seen tonight, but the Seahawk offense will get their opportunity to shine as the Bruins can't convert on 4th down.
Right, and they're going to be starting right at the 32, I believe, which is really big for the Seahawks. Excuse me, the 29.
And no one sharing the backfield with Larson. You see Shue and Beener both out wide. Although now Beener comes back inside, and they will run it with him. Beener spinning out of tackles, picking up 11 or 12. Thought it was going to be maybe 7.
Right.
But getting away from one tackle, he finds himself a 1st down.
He just spun away from those linebackers right there. That was really impressive by the freshman, Brock Beener. Really just driving up the yards, and he did convert on that. Michael, as you said, that should have been a 6-yard play, but he turned that into a really big conversion there. We're going to see if the Seahawks can capitalize on that run again, or if they're going to switch things up a bit.
Going out wide again, it's Beener. So Larson will look to throw, this time to Shue in the flats. He's got some blockers, but they cave in pretty quickly as the Bruins get a tackle right around the line of scrimmage, maybe picking up a yard is Jake Shue.
I think they picked up just 1 yard there, but that is the first completed pass we have seen from the Seahawks and the first real pass of the game from either the Bruins or the Seahawks. A gain of 1, but still showing that the Bruins, that they can pass. They're a dual threat offense. So we're going to see what they're going to do next.
Back to their roots. Jake Shue will take the handoff and do exactly what this whole student section probably assumes he'll do every play, which is pick up 6, 7, maybe 8 yards for a 3rd and 3.
Right, and Jake is just looking like a train. Locomotive coming in there. As we saw, there was at least 4 Cascade defenders right there, and a few Anacortes offense members, but they just couldn't stop them.
They're down, and it's Shu again, real close to the first down. Looks as though the tackler brought him past the yard marker, and the first down will be awarded to Jake Shu and the Anacortes Seahawks.
Right. Clock is moving. Chains are moved. And Seahawks really in a good position here to get a scoring drive. And
you
some more
see
points.
this low camera angle, the steam coming off of these players, or the oxygen they're breathing out, is so evident because of the coldness. That one looked to be maybe going to Ryland Lang. He didn't even have his body turned around.
Right.
An incomplete pass on first down.
I think that was just a confusion of plays there, as he looked like he was trying to block. That's okay. As Hayden John is taken out of the game now.
So a 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks, just past midfield. As this quarter continues to move quickly, one of the fastest first halves of football I've seen.
Flag is going to be called.
And that'll be a false start on the Seahawks.
Chains are going to be moved back a bit. But still, a chance is imminent for the Seahawks to get some more points on the board.
So now it'll be 2nd and 15. And the play calling may have to change, although the way both Shu and Beener have been running together, the ground game doesn't actually look that unattractive, even at a 2nd and long.
Right. Yeah, no. 2nd and long, but still a chance to get some big runs in. Again, both teams averaging 6-7 yard rushes. So we're going to see Jake Shu moving up a bit, and that's shorter run, but still, now they are in good position. I think about 7 yards left for a first down. Around 8 yards left for a first down. Still some meat on the bone for the Seahawks, as they're going to try get that first down and hopefully some more points on the board in this second quarter. And Michael, you said that this is one of the fastest halves of football you've ever seen, and I second that as well. I think it's just the rush game, the excitement from it is dragging us away from the time.
Lone receiver out to the right is Landon Schaefer, but a motion from Shu. He'll get the handoff. Can he find the edge? He cannot. Swarmed by 3 Bruin defenders. Jake Shu can't even find the line of scrimmage on that affair, and the special teams and punting unit will come out for the Seahawks.
Right, and there were not too many blockers there for Shu, as that outside edge was just completely closed off by the Bruins. I think I saw at least 4 defenders there closing in on Shu as he tried to convert some yards, but just could not do it on that 3rd and long play.
Hayden John will be punting this ball. High snap.
Big punt there. It's going to be brought back and just to the outside, the 10-yard line, and that is going to be around the 15.
So a pretty good punt from Hayden John as far as distance goes, and he'll nail the Bruins within their 20-yard line, as Freddie said, at the 15, with a little under 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. And the way this game has been going, even with 4:41 on the clock, this could be the last drive of the quarter if they really soak up the clock as much as they have been. Right, and just run down the field.
Just 4:41 left in this second quarter. as we've seen some tremendous defense from both sides. We're going to see if the Seahawks can put a stop to this run. As that
And
is
a big
breakaway.
run. Hunter Smith, Freddie and I getting excited. And
But
he's going to be
brought
tackled.
down.
My goodness. The freshman Brock Beaner chased him down. Nevertheless, Hunter Smith brings
Wow.
the
Free play.
Seahawks
Free
into
play.
the red zone. Just a burst of speed.
That was incredible. But just, did you see Brock Beaner on that chase? He was at least 10 yards behind him when he started to run. But he got to him. Really impressive stuff by the young freshman, but really impressive stuff for Cascade as that run has finally picked up the pace. We have not seen a long run like that. We've been having smaller runs, but they have worked. And here's another run.
This time, Swords will look for Lyle Pinalla. He'll maybe pick up a few yards on first down
Replay.
as Freddie and I still really excited off that last play.
Right.
That's clearly the biggest play we've seen all night, and it may be through this entire game. What a breakout run for the Bruins
Michael,
and Hunter Smith.
That was pretty incredible. Hunter Smith did an excellent job there as he just cut through. He cut through all of the Seahawks defenders, but was brought down.
And again, they'll look for Hunter Smith. He'll get maybe one or two, but he's swallowed up pretty quickly. Third down upcoming for the Bruins.
Third and short here, just about 5 yards left or less for the Bruins to convert a first down. Seahawks defenders need to get a stop to this if they want to let any hope of scoring in this second quarter, as there's only 3 minutes left. Timeout is called, I believe, by the Bruins.
They'll talk things over before running this third down effort. Similarities between the offenses here to note, folks. A sharing of the backfield on both sides. The Seahawks primarily putting it in the hands of Jake Shue, but also leaning on Brock Beaner a decent amount, maybe 30-35% of the carry split. On the other side of the ball, you're seeing a multitude of players as well. Hunter Smith, probably the primary back at this point, it'd be safe to say. Michael Pearl's had some big plays, as well as Lyle Pinalla. And that spread of the run game, being able to lean on different players and make sure that after big runs like we saw Hunter Smith pick up, he has ample time to get his breath back,
Right.
is really important, and it can be an advantage for these offenses.
Right, and Michael, you just brought up something really big that I wanted to touch up on. They have so many running backs that they can alternate them really quickly, as that is a big run there by Michael Pearl.
So you see again, Hunter Smith probably designated as the starting running back, but they switch it up on the Seahawks, and it does well on that account. A first down for the Bruins.
Right, yeah, and that was a really impressive run there by Pearl as he carves through the Seahawks defense, getting the first down and bringing it roughly to the 5-yard line.
You'll see the senior Caden Jacobson trotting out on the defense for the Seahawks. They'll run it with Smith, and he is met immediately by Garrett Bickley. And then Caden Jacobson.
Right, and if the Seahawks could get more stops like that, or more importantly, a turnover, a fumble, something, they could really have a game-changing factor here, because I don't think the Seahawks want to end the half down points. And so that is what's really going to get them. As the student section gets louder, the anticipation grows. A quick chat, and they're ready to get back to some football.
So it's Sowards. Up the middle again, same result. And who is there? Garrett Bickley, the junior for the Seahawks. Really strong nose tackle in the middle there.
Right, and it is now 3rd and 6, I believe. So losing some yards there. So that is really big for the Seahawks. And we have not seen a kick completed by their special teams yet, so we really don't know if this could be adding 3 or adding none.
Now it'll be a pass, the first of the night, and in the corner of the end zone, making a jumping grab, it's Xander Larson.
That was really impressive there, just right in the top corner, as that is their first pass for a touchdown. That was very good, and Michael, that makes me wonder, why do they not pass as much as they should? Because that was impressive to close the half. Looks like they are going to go for the extra point here. Hopefully on better turf.
And again, because neither team was able to pick up extra points afterward, this would still give them a 7-point lead rather than a 6-point if the Seahawks had picked up 7 points or picked up the 2-point conversion, which they went for.
Right. Braden Gardner with the completed kick there.
Freddie, I think we have something wrong here. Looks as though they went for the field goal. My goodness, folks.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Xander Larson, we got a little out of our heads there.
I
Didn't seem to be in bounds.
Well,
Well, there you have it, folks. Sometimes critical mistakes are made, and that is an example of one right there.
Yeah, apologies, folks, at home. My eyes were a little deceived there, as I did not look at the downs clock and did not notice that it was an out-of-bounds play. So that is huge for the Seahawks, as it is only a 3-point deficit. They have 1:21 to try and march up that field and get their own field goal or touchdown. So maybe throwing some passes into there or some long runs could give them some chance at tying up the half.
Braden Gardner will send this one to Brock Beaner.
Picking
up
rushing.
speed through the middle.
And he's still going. Brought down at around the 52, 53 yard line. The freshman Brock Beaner just chugging away.
Replay.
Wow.
And if there has been a player to note this entire half, you could make a case on the Bruins offensive side for Hunter Smith, obviously. You could probably make a case for Jake Shue. Personally, I would lean towards the freshman Brock Beaner, who's in his first year of high school varsity football, high school football in general, and he's just been amazing tonight.
Yeah, here's
you see Jake Shue
brought down in the backfield, right around the line of scrimmage. Excuse me.
Nice tackle there from Kevin Bach.
Yeah, and well, just around a minute or less left in this half, and that return from the freshman Brock Beaner really helped out the Seahawks here as they can get some yards up there.
Larson looking. He'll find Rylan Lang, who gets out of bounds to stop the clock. However, they're not going to have a first down. They will have to convert here if they want to keep this drive going.
Right.
44 seconds on the clock. Third down and 5 or so to go.
Right.
Maybe just 2.
Just a couple yards there, but I would not be surprised if we saw a run right up the middle or to the side to just convert that to first down so we can actually see them hopefully get a kick up there. Or maybe even a touchdown, Michael, to tie up the half.
So it'll be Jake Shue in the backfield. Question is, will they use him? Larson in shotgun. And they will look to throw here. Larson with time, and he'll find Shue.
Shue right at the 30, chugging away. Looks to be around the 25. There's Jake Shue, the train.
So
passing now.
They don't run with him, but they still use him. Jake Shue near the sideline. And again, getting out of bounds. Well done with 37 seconds.
A dual threat running back as they're bringing it to the 25-yard line, which, Michael, that's only 30 yards. That's in Caleb Nelson's range. But they have time for maybe two, 3 more plays here if they want to get a chance at a touchdown. But they have more than enough room to work with to get the game all tied up.
Seahawks still have at least one timeout under the belt. I believe.
2, I believe.
Indeed. And with 37 seconds left, as you said, that last play really only took 7 seconds off the clock. Even if they're running up the middle, they can take timeouts if the yardage advances enough to get them in a position of scoring. So at the 28-yard line, with a first down, Rex Larson and the Seahawks looking to go into the second half with a lead, or at least a tie, down 3 right now.
Right. Let's see what the Seahawks can do here.
Larson pressured, and he's going to look for Brock Beaner, batted down.
I thought Rex was going to take the football there, try and get some more yards, but that is an incomplete pass.
Replay.
So only 30 seconds left on the clock for second and 10, and just around 28 yards to the end zone.
Talk about a dual threat player. That was the starting quarterback for the Bruins, Eric
Right.
Sowards, getting that deflection and bringing the Seahawks to second and 10, as Freddie noted.
Rex Larson in shotgun.
Larson will take the snap. Immediate blitz, trying to get away from players.
Fumble. Oh my goodness, that's scary. Picked up. I believe that was Max Olson. Very scary there. It's now 3rd and 10, I believe, still.
There you see a timeout called by the Seahawks with just 19 seconds on the board.
I think they want to get the Seahawks and the kicker Caleb Nelson just some more room, some more time to work with to get those 3 points on the board.
They'll talk things over. Perhaps a run up the middle. If they don't convert, let the clock run down to just a few seconds, take their timeout, and put Nelson in a good position to score. Or maybe they go over the head of the Bruins and try to score now.
Right.
If an incompletion happens to be the result, then they just kick it on 4th down. A lot of different options here, a lot of different things the Bruins are going to have to anticipate.
Right, and they have around 2 plays left in them in this second quarter. So, Michael, we saw that the pass for the Seahawks, we saw the completion by Jake Shue, and we saw the near miss by Brock Beaner. I would say if they get themselves in position for a throw, that would take so much pressure off the kicker Caleb Nelson. But we are going to see what they can do here. A well-positioned run will work just as good or better for the Seahawks right now.
In the backfield, it's Shue. Larson will look to throw here on 3rd down for the end zone. And this one batted away. That's Michael Pearl in there. Great coverage. And it'll be 4th down for the Seahawks.
3-2-1 replay.
So, Michael, something to note on, both Michael Pearl and the starting quarterback for the Bruins, who are both starting on offense or starting on defense, and they have both made really big plays. So that's very impressive to note.
Indeed, it is. The Seahawks on 4th and long, over
Going
10
for
yards,
it.
about 14. Finish my sentence for me. So Larson in the huddle. At this point, it seems as though they'll probably just look for a touchdown and hope that if they don't convert, the Bruins won't have enough time to do anything valuable with the ball.
Right, and we have 4 receivers, 3 receivers and 1 in check, as there is going to be a flag on the play. That's going to be against the Seahawks there.
So you've got to wonder, does this backwards movement motivate the Seahawks to change their play calling, or will they stay out there offensively?
You know, Michael, this is going to be around 4th and 15 for the Seahawks. I would think that it would change it up, but it does not look like it, as they have 3 receivers and probably to see 1 in motion.
Larson going to look for the throw. Beaner trying to make
Really
some cuts
pressure there.
upfield.
And he does! And he does!
Broken tackle for Brock Beener.
Incredible! By the freshman, Brock Beener. This is his game tonight.
Folks, we are in awe up in the booth,
Oh
as
my
are the
goodness.
students in the stands. What an incredible play by Brock Beener for 6 points to give Anacortes the lead.
Wow, that was incredible
Replay.
by the freshman, Brock Beener.
Broken tackles, jump cuts, he does it all, folks. So after that score, we'll take a quick break just before the halftime after this extra
Going
point
to a break soon.
to see if the Seahawks can grab a 4-point lead rather than 3. Nelson
And they got it.
is up
There's
and
Caleb
good.
Nelson.
7 seconds on the clock.
And that's got to sting. That has got to sting. Seahawks making a 7-point conversion there.
They'll get set for the kick. We'll get set to wrap up this half in just a second.
Commercial coming up.
Remember, an unanswered call is no complaint at all.
Pretzel crust is bag of Little Caesars.
Yep, people loved it so much they brought it back.
They actually listen to their customers.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. And Pretzel Crust is back with a cheddar cheese sauce and a soft pretzel crust for just $6.
Pizza.
Back.
Bringing you back after a wild last play there. The freshman Brock Beener. And at this point, unless something crazy happens in the second half, which just may be the case, Brock Beener, at least for the first half, is personally my MVP.
As is mine. Incredible performance from him. We've seen him on kick returns, and now we have seen him for touchdowns in the end zone. And it's going to be an onside kick for the Seahawks, and it's going to be almost picked up, and that might be Seahawks ball, giving them enough time for one more play. With 3 seconds left on the clock, if it is Seahawks ball, Michael, I am sure we will be seeing a Hail Mary here and now. And I think that's going to be Seahawks ball.
Unfortunately, Freddie, you may be incorrect. Seahawks defense coming out onto the field. Looks like the Bruins will have one more play to wrap up this first half. Still a very interesting turn of events down the stretch.
Wow. That was very interesting, to say the least. Seahawks trying to get just one more play out, I guess. Unfortunately, it's just going to be a pass here.
Bruins will throw, and after a nice cut,
I believe Ufkus there fell a little slippery. Just shows how these conditions are right now. Cold and wet.
so after a pretty evenly matched and slow first quarter, the second quarter ramps up a lot. We'll see if that carries over to the second half after this.
Right.
At the Senior College, we believe that learning should never stop. Anacortes Senior College offers lifelong learning opportunities to adults over 50 in a relaxed atmosphere. No test or homework. ASC is ran by volunteers including retired college professors, scientists, artists, business and medical professionals. Fall, winter, and spring courses are held Tuesdays and Thursdays. For more information and registration forms, go to seniorcollege.org.
The Action Club is a Kiwanis club for adults with disabilities. Every second Saturday of every month, you can head to the Port of Anacortes web lockers at Seafarers Way and Q Avenue. Once there, you can recycle your computers, monitors, laptops, tablets, Kindles, portable DVD players, e-readers, and televisions. The money we collect during the e-cycle is used in several ways to benefit
5,
community service
4,
projects.
3, 2, 1. We're back.
Today, the band will be performing a special homecoming show, including Everybody's Everything, Alma Mater, and the fight song. The band director is Christopher Dial. Ladies and gentlemen, the Anacortes High School Marching Band. Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, your Anacortes High School Band.
Commercial.
When you buy or donate items to the Kiwanis shop, you are participating in this great local effort. But when you join or volunteer, you are doing much more. See you at the K-Shop.
Back.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Anacortes Cheer Squad. Just like to remind you of some upcoming events this week. First, starting tomorrow morning, we have district cross country
At
at
the
Lakewood.
Senior College, we believe that learning should never stop. Anacortes Senior College offers lifelong learning opportunities to adults over 50 in a relaxed atmosphere. No test or homework. ASC is ran by volunteers including retired college professors, scientists, artists, business and medical professionals. Fall, winter, and spring courses are held Tuesdays and Thursdays. For more information and registration forms, go to seniorcollege.org.
The Action Club is a Kiwanis club for adults with disabilities. Every second Saturday of every month, you can head to the Port of Anacortes web lockers at Seafarers Way and Q Avenue. Once there, you can recycle your computers, monitors, laptops, tablets, Kindles, portable DVD players, e-readers, and televisions. The money we collect during the e-cycle is used in several ways to benefit community service projects.
Thank you.
Behind every great Anacortes club and team, there's an unspoken hero. People that get us our team gear, organize our team dinners, and support us in everything else we need. From every student athlete in AHS, thank you, Saba, for the football team's two-a-day shirts, the volleyball team's warm-up gear, and everything else in between. Saba, the Seahawks Athletic Booster Association.
Each year, thousands of fantastic pictures are taken by yearbook photographers of AHS sporting events, assemblies, performing arts, and more. The best of these photos are now available to you online. Just point your browser to ahs.smugmug.com. You can download digital images or order prints right from your computer or phone with the SmugMug app. How cool is that? Support the rhododendron and your students by using ahs.smugmug.com.
Freddie DePaula, really incredible first half there.
I know. Yeah, that was great, especially the second quarter. That's when things got exciting. We saw the run game, but then some passes got into the mix, as we saw running back Jake Shue taking some huge passes. But Michael, I would like to touch up with you. Just an incredible performance by the freshman Brock Beener. Just incredible. We're going to get some replays going in a couple of seconds here, and I'm sure we're going to showcase some of the big plays that we already just touched up on.
Absolutely.
But just incredible from the senior and freshman duo.
Now.
Dynamic. Now we're going to look at some replays here. I believe that was the kick return.
You see, most of these are going to be running highlights. You saw the touchdown there from Hunter Smith early in the first quarter. Seahawks responded. Of course, there was the really strange point after attempt that went haywire. And now some running highlights for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
The ground game was really what was defining this matchup in the first quarter. And then the Seahawks started to stretch the field, get their legs moving. Rex Larson started to get his arm warmed up. And all of a sudden, we end up in the end zone off of a small pass to Brock Beener. And the yards after catch there was beyond impressive.
Really impressive run game. But I think there were only 4 passes, 3 for the Seahawks and 1 for Cascade, excuse me. 1 landed for a touchdown for Cascade. And the second... Oh,
but remember, it didn't. We thought it did.
We thought
then,
it did.
Of course, they went for the field goal, got it.
Right, yes. But for Anacortes, just that one pass that really showed its stuff. I think it was a 25-yard run with a 5-yard pass from Rex Larson to Brock Beener for the touchdown. Those passing games from both sides of the field have been very impressive, Michael.
There you saw
very
that
impressive
breakout run from Hunter Smith that none other than Brock Beener stopped from being a touchdown on the sideline. But again, really a quick first half. It started to take up the normal amount of time that you would assume once the Seahawks started throwing the ball and the defense started making some plays for each team. But overall, if this second half goes any similarly to the first one, we're going to be out of here in not too long.
Yeah, I was going to say that first half went pretty dang quick, Michael, especially that first quarter, as it was just back-to-back runs on both sides of the field and really hard defense to penetrate. And so that's why I think this is such an evenly matched game between Cascade and Anacortes, which is hard to get plays like that we've seen off. So just tremendous effort from both Cascade and Anacortes. We're wrapping up the plays here. I think we have just a couple more seconds of highlights as we saw that one deflected pass by none other than Cascade's quarterback.
9, 8,
and
7,
coming back for a shot here, Michael.
5.
Excellent way to wrap up the half for the Seahawks with only just a couple minutes of clock left.
1.
They just pressed up the field and got a touchdown. Better than tying it up, in my opinion. Fantastic lead by the Seahawks as we are going into this second half.
So going into the second half, it's 13-9. The Seahawks are up, and they will get the ball on offense as they deferred in the first half and kicked to the Bruins. A really interesting thing to note that's important to touch up on here. It's homecoming game.
Right.
2021, and the student section is packed. You see there on the cameras, not an empty space in that bleacher.
Right, and I swear, Michael, this stadium gets packed and packed every game, especially just games like this that really keep fans on their toes, as there is not one open seat in this stadium. Just completely packed, which is excellent to see for Seahawks and Cascade alike. Really cool. Really, really cool.
The Seahawks spirit for football games has changed monumentally during Freddie and my tenure here. Back when we were young bucks, freshman, sophomore year, we didn't even have a varsity squad to field.
Yeah.
And now, 2 years removed from that, through the pandemic, through all of these obstacles, the Seahawk football team has only gotten stronger. They've only gotten better, and they've only been able to bring out more fans through the years.
Right, and that's all thanks to the Seahawks coaching staff, which just brings that morale for the young players to keep on returning and playing some football. I think it's just excellent for the Seahawks to just have such a hard-fought season already this year at 7-1.
So you see the Cascade Bruins beginning to trot back onto the field. Expect a flashy entrance for the Seahawks.
Right, and expect a run game, Michael.
There you go.
Expect a run game as the Bruins will return I guarantee the first few plays will be runs, if not all of the plays in this first drive.
Bold prediction. I can't say I fault you for it, but we will just have to see how it goes. Players going to get some warm-ups in the last couple minutes here. We will take a break and then come back to get this second half started for you. Don't go anywhere.
Go a few blocks into Old Town Anacortes and you'll find Dad's Diner. With breakfast and lunch served all day, you'll definitely find the perfect meal. All of their food is prepared fresh each day, from the delicious house salad with salmon to the savory BLT. Dad's Diner, open Tuesday through Sunday, is located on Commercial between 9th and 10th Street. Come on down and grab a bite.
Remember, an unanswered call is no complaint at all.
Pretzel crust is back at Little Caesars.
Yep, people loved it so much they brought it back.
They actually listen to their customers.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. And Pretzel Crust is back with a cheddar cheese sauce and a soft pretzel crust for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
When you buy or donate items to the Kiwanis shop, you are participating in this great local effort. But when you join or volunteer, you are doing much more.
We're live right now.
Bringing you back to the field for the second half of action. Any thoughts for how this half is going to go, Freddie?
Well, Michael, as both teams are starting to come out of the huddles and take the field, I think there is a lot of unfinished business for the Seahawks defense and a lot of redemption that they need, as they've been just really getting pushed around by these running backs. They've got to really step it up if they want to maintain this lead. But excuse me for the I have to correct myself earlier, folks. Seahawks will be returning, and Felipe Luvianos is going to be taking the return here.
The kickoff for the Seahawks is number 33, Banos. Number 2, Brock Beener, set to kick off for Cascade.
Braden Gardner.
Number 16, Braden Gardner.
Kicker for the Bruins. As we are underway. And they're going to squib this one, try to get the offensive recovery.
Kick. And, Michael, I may be mistaken, but I think the Bruins got it.
They've celebrated, and here comes their offense.
Wow.
What a way to start this half off.
That is strange, Michael. That's the second onside kick that we've seen. Now, one from the Bruins, one from the Seahawks.
Now, it seems as though the refs have rethought this. Perhaps?
No,
or not.
I believe that's going Bruins' way.
It is indeed.
The hand is pointing towards the Seahawks opposition.
The reason I was saying otherwise is the coaches for the Anacortes Seahawks are motioning the other way. They thought they had it.
Right.
But here we are, the Seahawks defense on the field, much to our surprise.
Some confusion there from the coaching staff, and now the referees yet again clarifying that it is Bruins ball. First play is a pitch to the outside, and that has room to be a good run. That has room to be an excellent run. Ran out of bounds at around the 30-yard line, and what a turn of events for this Bruins offense.
So out of the gate, the Bruins pick up an onside kick,
3, 2, 1,
and Michael
replay.
Pearl finds himself much more than a first down, almost 20 yards on that attempt.
Right, and Michael, as we saw earlier, we saw that outside run was not really working for the Bruins, as it was more just up middle 6-7 yard gains. But that obviously shows that the Bruins have taken some stuff, but there's going to be a holding call, which brings back around 10 yards for the Bruins.
Well, there you go.
So right around the 48-yard line, the Bruins will go. Still some room given to the Bruins there.
Be first down repeated.
Oh, excuse me, first down repeated.
Ball's placed back at the 48-yard line of the Bruins.
Excuse me, folks.
Now it's a toss back to Michael Pearl.
This time it won't be as good, but it will still be ran out of bounds at the 40. That's going to be a first down, I believe, or just 1 yard short.
So not quite the same outcome, but similar, as Michael Pearl does his job 2 times in a row, putting the Bruins in really strong position here on second down.
Man, that was a crazy turn of events, Michael. We had some pretty impressive football play within a couple seconds, but just really strange calls.
Now up the middle, chugging away, is the running back Hunter Smith. Again, their ability to always have a fresh back out there, the Bruins, is really something the defense has to stay on their toes to be able to negate. And right now, it's favoring Cascade.
Right, yeah, as that run is working yet again, as we've seen it work for the last 2 quarters. Cascade is marching to the Seahawks side, but a flag, I believe, on the Seahawks. So
ref's talking this one over. We'll see what the call is.
That was after the play, which confuses me a bit, Michael. I don't know, maybe there was some chirping, but it didn't really look on it based on the reactions from both the Seahawks and the referees. Some agreement there from the refs. And it is going to be a call on the Bruins, I believe.
Still talking it over. Long conversation here.
Really strange as they're getting both refs. And that is going to be a call on the Bruins there. Interesting turn of events. We have not really had a single call this game.
Not a lot of
penalties.
penalties.
But now we have, just in the last 30 seconds, 3 penalties.
And already the second half getting to a slower start than maybe we had anticipated after watching that first half unfold.
Right, yeah, well, I guess both teams need some time to recuperate after that exciting second quarter.
Bruins coming out here for a second and long after the penalty.
Right. Here the Bruins. 2 running backs in the backfield as usual, but a timeout is called, I believe.
Timeout called by Cascade.
Really slowing things down here, Michael, as we went from just pure excitement from that just crazy second quarter to just delays in the third, the start of the third, as there's still 11 minutes on the clock.
Right, and the momentum swing has changed tremendously in this first minute of play. Coming into the second half, the Seahawks, from a mental perspective, you have to think probably had the upper hand after that crazy touchdown by Brock Beener. They got themselves a 4-point lead, and they were going to come out on offense and hope to keep that ball rolling and just run downfield or maybe pass, whatever the offense likes. And here we are, the Cascade Bruins have the ball, and they're doing just that.
Right. Oh, and that is going to be a sack by Tony Rios and Luca Dumas, I believe. Some senior collaboration there, as there's going to be brought 5 yards or more back from the starting line. It's going to be third and long, Michael, if I can tell. Emphasis on that.
You see, Anacortes sold out on that one. They brought everyone forward, and boy, did it work. Quarterback Sowards had really zero time to even think about doing something with that ball. It was an immediate sack for Rios and his fellow teammates.
So as you can see, it is now 3rd and 26. I think that is the longest attempt at a conversion that we've seen in this game so far. More receivers on the side now, as it is going to be a drop, and that is another technical sack there.
Losing his footing, the quarterback, Eric Sowards. Back-to-back plays, as you said, Freddie. Losses by a sack. The first one, really strong play by the Seahawks. This one, just a physical mistake sort of by the Bruins. 4th down and about 30 to go. If they do anything other than punt this ball, I'm going to be very confused. And it looks to be that I am confused, because that's exactly what they're doing.
Going in for a check. I
formation.
think they're going to punt here. Yep. High.
So it is Gardner. There we go. Nice ball.
High punt. Oh, and that looked like it hit off the toe of, Xander Larson, but I guess not. It is going to be at the Seahawks 13, looks to be.
Really lucky bounce there for Gardner and the Bruins. Now the Seahawks backed up near their own end zone. They're going to have to do some work to get out in the open field. But Larson's shoe and Mr. Brock Beener will look to improve field position quickly and get the Seahawks moving on offense. First drive of the night. First drive of the second half, rather.
Right, yeah.
But you figured that drive would have come earlier. But after the turnover, Seahawks have it now, and it's Brock Beener.
To press it up there. He is still on his feet. Really just chugging away like his compatriot Jake Shue. And they really squeeze out as many yards as they physically can, Michael. They will take on 4-5 guys, sometimes the whole defensive line and linebackers, just to squeeze out some more yards. And that just shows this Anacortes High School coaching staff, what they really put on their players is huge, as we've seen incredible running backs throughout the last couple of seasons, and especially through this season. Jake Shue, Brock Beener, quite a few running backs last year as well. It's great for this program.
Unable to pick up much yardage on first down. Beener in motion, and Larson will hand it off to him around the edge.
This is a breakaway run, Michael. As he is out of bounds, roughly around the 40. Knocked by Michael Pearl, I believe. Wow.
So a big play for the Seahawks to get them a whole heck of a lot of room here to work on offense. Down the sidelines, Brock Beener.
That's going to be a well-deserved first down from Brock Beener. He's put into motion again, and here's another run for Beener, trying to get the outside, and he finds a little angle there. Flag is called on the play. I don't know if that will be holding or not, but it looks to be so.
And it's just impressive to see, even after first contact, and in that case, multiplicity of bodies on him, Brock Beener continues to churn those legs forward and use his strength to get yards.
And that is holding on the Seahawks, which will drag the sticks back a bit. But I'm sure nothing that the Seahawks offense can't handle, and especially nothing these running backs can't handle. We've seen a little change of pace. Brock Beener's getting the ball more, and Jake Shue is kind of giving him the ropes a little bit, letting him take over. We're going to see if that switches up after that. But just excellent performance from the young freshman.
And with that in mind, Freddie, you bring something, you bring a thought to my head, that being near the end of the season here, the senior Jake Shue, is this sort of a passing of the torch game to give it to the freshman, Beener, who's handling that torch really well, although in this case the Bruins are getting the best of him.
Right.
Very.
I think we've seen quite an exciting performance from him already tonight, with another quarter left and another quarter after that, with the rest of this quarter, excuse me. I am sure we will see more from this young freshman. It's now 2nd and 12 for the Seahawks, as we're going to see there are more receivers stacked up on the right-hand side for you folks. So we're going to see if they're going to call a pass into motion. Here's Brock Beener taking the outside. Good stiff arm, but he is taken down roughly 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, bringing it to around 2nd and 10.
I think it's
replay.
I think it's third down,
third and
but
10.
yeah, not too much on that account. And Brock Beener has pretty much had all the carries in this quarter for Anacortes. Might need to switch it up if they don't want him to burn out here.
Right, and that's something that Cascade does very well. They switch running backs almost every single play, and most of their players are eligible running backs, so it's great to get a little steam rest. And here's the senior Jake Shue charging up the field. That's going to be around a 5-6 yard carry there, bringing it to 4th and 3 or 4th and 4
replay
for the Seahawks. And that was Jake Shue's entrance there, showing that he is still in this game no matter what, and he will do anything to get that first down.
So a little closer, I think, than your initial call. 4th and 1, and that'll lead to a Seahawks going for it.
Right.
And
Here's
it's
a
Jake
run.
Shue.
Shue past the line of scrimmage and then some. He is, wow. Good drive there by Shue.
Getting past the sticks on 4th down. You see Larson happy about it.
Replay.
And the Seahawks will stay on offense here.
What I was getting excited about, Michael, was I confused Jake Shue with another player. Excuse me. But still, nonetheless, a very impressive performance for that first down convergence off of the 4th.
I think we both had our eyes on Garrett Bickley.
Right.
He was blocking intensely.
Right.
Until the very end of the whistle. Beener around the sideline, caught. Really strong tackle there. That's Jordan Muller-Lyle.
Wow. That was very, very impressive there.
Came free, found Beener behind the line of scrimmage, and stopped him immediately.
He's knocked back for some change there. I think around 2 to 3 yards. We're going to see what the Seahawks can counter for that. Maybe another run or maybe a shorter pass. We've seen a lot from the running backs tonight. Maybe it's time for some wide receivers to show that they're here and they're ready to put in the work.
A motion to Beener. So we won't see a pass just yet, as it's Jake Shue.
He finds a gap and he goes. He's taken down at around the 40. And that's a gain of around 7 for Shue. 7 or more, excuse me.
So a 2nd and long.
Replay.
After a nice run from Shue will turn into a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 for the Seahawks, as they want to keep this offense out on the field. They're real comfortable expending as much clock as is necessary at this point with the lead.
Right.
If they can get to the end of this quarter near the end zone and finish it up with a touchdown or even a field goal to increase this to a 7-point lead at the least, they'd be really happy.
Right, and after that impressive punt by Cascade. Oh, shoot, spinning around, breaking 2 tackles. That's a great block by Hayden John. A flag is called, and Shue is taken out of bounds at around the 25. I think the flag was called on either Rylan Lang or Hayden John there.
You've got to think a breakout like that that's sort of unwarranted in its happening is probably
due to
the product of holding.
Right, yeah, unfortunately. They're going to drag the sticks back a bit.
And that's exactly what it is.
Right. Unfortunate.
Still, to be able to witness that with the eyes was a pleasure. The spin move from
exactly.
Jake right out of the gate.
Breaking 3 tackles there was the shoo-shoo train. Just fantastic, showing that he's still in this. He's a senior. He will be leaving soon, so it's might as well go out with everything he's got.
Third down here for the Seahawks.
Third and long, and here is Brock
What
Beener.
an open lane for the freshman.
And that's going to be a first down and then some. And now he is taken down at around the 45. The sticks are moved. The momentum is shifting. And this is very, very exciting.
3-2-1 replay.
You see, one of the best trick plays, if you can even call it that, it wasn't anything monumental, but Larson really sold that fake like he was going to throw out left. And then he handed it off to Beener and just open green grass to the right for the freshman.
Yeah, that was just fantastic. Yeah, he showed. Jake had a very impressive run. Unfortunately, a penalty was called, but Brock Beener to save the day there. Here's a long bomb, and that's going to be deflected.
Well done there by
Xander Larson, it looks like. Oh, excuse me, no.
Josh Merritt's.
Josh Merritt's, yeah.
Replay.
Wow, that was very incredible. That was, excuse us, folks, that was Jordan Molriel to deflect that. But that was a very, very, very good pass there. Unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. And now they have a lot of room to work with. 2nd and 10. I would not be surprised if we see some runs from either Jake or Brock.
3 receivers to the right. Larson going to look again for Hayden John on the out route, just overthrown. Little out of the reach of the junior Hayden John.
Unfortunate, because that is there. Hayden John is right where he's supposed to be. Unfortunately, the throw was a little off, but he was open and ready to take that to the house. I believe Hayden John is going to be heading to the sidelines here, a little frustrated. But 3rd and 10, Seahawks got some room to work with. Hopefully get some pressing yards up here. Maybe even get into field goal. Well, they already are in field goal range for the kicker, Caleb Nelson. But maybe just make it a little easier for him.
Shifting to the other side of Larson is Shu. And Larson's going to throw to Shu.
Got him
open
for the first down. He breaks away. This is incredible. Dived at the ankles. Jake is taken down just past the 10-yard line. Wow.
Beautiful cut from Jake Shu there.
There was the pass. There was the pass we've been looking for. It's been on that left-hand side 3 times in a row.
You see that? The number 4 for the Bruins, Justin Munoz.
Yeah.
He had a chance to get the tackle. If Larson's throw, as we see Shu getting stopped at the line of scrimmage here on this play, if Larson's throw had just been a little stronger, had a little more leg on it, Munoz wouldn't have had time to recover. Shu probably could have waltzed into the end zone because there was open field in front of him.
Right, yeah.
But Munoz had time to recover. He got up, and then Shu made a cutback, and
yeah,
eventually
I was
wasn't
just going
actually
to touch up
tackled
on
there,
that. That was an incredible cut by Shu, breaking away from 2 defenders, unfortunately taken down just a few yards after, but every yard counts as the Seahawks are in the red zone, and they are fired up and ready to score here. Here's Shu looking to capitalize, taking the run outside, and he is brought down by number 1, Michael Pearl.
Nice tackle by Pearl there. That's
There's
a
at the
hard
ankles.
play to make.
Yeah, that was the second tackle that we just saw from Pearl. Right at the ankles. It's hard to get out of those. Even Jake the Tank can't break out of those.
See, and you saw there, it's what was really impressive about that is the angle Pearl was coming at wasn't very strong. Jake Shu had started to get his momentum rolling. He'd been running for, a few yards at that point, trying to get outside. And sort of a desperation effort by the senior Pearl led to a really great stop.
As it's now 3rd and short. Seahawks looking to converge. Another pass. Larson. Interception. It looks to be. I don't know if that was caught or not.
Two Bruins collided there. Really hard to see where the ball ended
Replay.
up. It looks like it was just an incomplete pass. Really dangerous throw to begin with.
Yeah, two Bruins breaking it up. That was there for them. But now it is 4th and 6, and I don't see a kicker on that field, Michael. I think they're going to go for it. They've got a little bit of a lead here in the third quarter with only a minute left on the clock, so they definitely have room to get around Ben. Go for it.
Larson's going to look.
Toe touch, but no good.
Out of bounds. He had Rylan Lang. Nice throw there,
3, 2,
but
1, replay.
too close to that sideline.
Right.
And to no avail is the 4th down try by the Seahawks. Bruins will get an offensive chance here just before the end of the third quarter.
The athletic ability from Lang there, as we saw, man, that kid has to have at least a 35-inch vertical, Michael. He jumped over. I saw his hands above one of the Bruins' helmets there and catching that pass. Unfortunately, just a couple feet away from being a highlight play. It's now 1st and 10 for the Bruins, roughly at the 7-yard line. We're in real dangerous territory for the run.
Hunter Smith, he'll get a couple on 1st down, but not much room there.
Right. And if the Seahawks can get into the backfield now, based on where they're at, we're looking at a pretty big stop. They might have to whip out their punter again, who made a very impressive punt on their last drive. But hopefully the Bruins can try and convert here, but the Seahawks defense does not want to let up after that unfortunate drive.
Sowards will pitch to the right. It's Pearl on the outside, breaking a tackle, now coming back. My goodness, Michael Pearl.
There goes their field positioning there, but impressive run there from Michael Pearl, just driving up that right-hand side, his right-hand side of the field, breaking tackles left and right. He's eventually brought down. I believe that was number 30, Adrian Castro, to finish the tackle there, but just change of momentum.
Bruins really pushing the pace here offensively. This time stopped real quickly near the line, maybe a couple yards out of that one.
Right, Michael, and if the Seahawks just stuck him on the line there, they would have had ideal positioning for almost a safety.
So what I was going to say just before that breakout run by Pearl, as we see a timeout called here, was if the Bruins couldn't get something going on 2nd down, they'd probably just look to run it on 3rd down and try to get room for their punter on 4th down. But here we are a couple plays later, and they're sitting at the 41-yard line feeling pretty.
Exactly. It's now 2nd and 10, I believe, for them. Or less than that, excuse me. Around 2nd and 6 for the Bruins. An excellent turnaround as they're just past the 40-yard line now. Going from under the 10 to the 40, an excellent run by Michael Pearl. Because we've seen a lot of him on offense and defense, breaking passes, getting crazy tackles, and now just excellent runs. We've seen a lot from him tonight.
Excuse me, not a timeout called there. That was the end of the third quarter. So, with 12 minutes left, although we've seen a lot of breakout plays in this third quarter that you would think would have led to some sort of lead change or score by one of the players, or one of the teams, rather. But here we are with 12 minutes left. It's still 13-9, though the morale, honestly, I'm not sure if it's in favor of the Seahawks, though they hold the lead because the Bruins are playing real strong right now, and it's going to come down to the wire, I believe.
Right, Michael. There is still 12 minutes of football left. The Bruins have a more than likely chance to not only get the game closer, but to take a lead there. But I'm sure the Seahawks are wanting to do the same thing, loosening the deficit, getting higher points. I'm sure that's what they're after right now.
So this time it's a run, and being stopped immediately is Lyle Pinala. We haven't seen him run in a little while, and his first attempt there doesn't go for much. Nice play by the Seahawks.
Yeah, now it is 3rd and 10, I believe, or less than that. Again, excuse me, 3rd and 7. Seahawks defense making a great stop there by the line. Linebackers included on that play. Excellent stuff by the Seahawks. Here's the defense fired up again.
Big 3rd down play for the Bruins. It will be a pass. He's got an open man. Catching the ball is Hunter Smith, but a nice tackle there. And the Seahawks make a defensive stand that's going to bring up 4th down for Cascade.
I don't see Braden Gardner out there. Oh, there he is, excuse me. So it does look like they're going to punt, or maybe not, Michael. We've seen both ends. I believe that was... No, I don't think they're going to punt, Michael. I think they're going to try and go for it with 4th and 5. I'm sure a run is going to come up here, so Seahawks got to be in it.
And he's going to be
stopped and taken back. So that's a turnover. And for the Seahawks, at around the 40-yard line, with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in this 4th quarter, the Seahawks have a lot of room to get a scoring drive here and just widen that deficit.
Pretty big play there by the Seahawks on 4th down to get the ball back into the hands of their offense, where with 10:30, probably not going to wrap this game up, but if they can score, especially a touchdown, and get that lead to the point where it would need to be a 2-possession game for the Bruins, the Seahawks will feel good. Now it's Larson and Beaner.
Handing off to Beaner, and that's another impressive run. Looks like he's just shy of the 1st down there. Impressive run there. Wow. This kid is on fire tonight, folks. Running for him, kick returning, catching, everything. This kid can do it all.
Coming out for a 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line. Larson will give it to Shue. He's looking outside. Can he get around? Not extremely well, but enough for the 1st down. They'll move the sticks.
Looks to be around 5 yards and some change there for Shue. Moving the sticks up, as Michael said. They already are in field goal range, but I'm sure that they want to go for more than 3 right now. I'm sure that they want to really shove it down their throats right now. They want to really get this game going.
On 1st down, it's Larson handing off to Jake Shue. He'll get a few yards, bring him to about the 25-yard line. You see, really interesting.
There's that run game, folks. Just excellent
really
job by
interesting to
Shue.
note. Sorry, my mic cut out for a second there. My apologies. Larson here on 2nd down. And it'll be a handoff again. This time, Jake Shue picking up enough yardage to get the 1st down. As I was trying to say earlier, you'll see Larson here talking to the coaches just how comfortable and relaxed he feels on that field, and that's due to the power of this run game. It's taken so much pressure off the Seahawks quarterback, Rex Larson. He's not having to make a bunch of crazy throws and use his body in funky ways to try and get runs on either side of the field. Really taking the pressure off this run game has done for the Seahawks.
Yeah, you bring up an excellent point there, Michael, but looks like there's going to be an offsides penalty there.
That looked to be Ian Humphreys.
Right. So moving the chains up 5 yards off 1st down. Seahawks well within the red zone here. Looking hopefully to score.
Shue bottled up immediately Really strong play there by Josh Maxwell.
2nd and 5 for the Hawks.
Replay.
Sitting inside the 20-yard line at the 16. Just letting his clock run down. Chewing it up.
Right, yeah.
Anacortes wants to wrap this homecoming football game up with a win.
Excuse me, folks. 2nd and 7. Just 8 minutes left in this 4th quarter. Here's the snap. There's Shu pressing through, breaking tackles, throwing people around like rag dolls. Jake Shu, the train, pressing up that field.
And you see there, although it was a glamorous run by Shu breaking tackles, he only amounted a couple of yards on that affair. So a 3rd and 5 coming up. They're going to have to put something really interesting together if they want to get this conversion.
Yeah, they've got, I believe, 4th and 5, or 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks, excuse me. I would not be surprised if we see more of Shu off the run. Hayden John put in motion. Hayden John's going to take a snap.
With blockers, he'll find his way to the 11-yard line. Doesn't seem to be enough for a first down.
And that's the first time we've seen Hayden John run all night, maybe all season. I don't think I've seen him as a running back, but looks like he's doing an excellent job getting those chip yards going, getting the Seahawks just a couple yards closer to a touchdown. High snap, but Shu gets the first down and some change there, bringing it to around, I think around 4 or 5 yards to the end zone, almost.
They're running no huddle here, trying to score quickly after the 4th down conversion. They'll run it with Shu again.
Looks like he's going to carry him into a touchdown. Carrying 2 people into the end zone is Shu, the train, the tank. Excellent performance there. Now we're going to see Caleb Nelson try and get this extra point here.
So there we see the power of a touchdown as compared to a field goal. If they had elected to bring Nelson out on that 4th down and just get 3, it would have only been a 7-point game. Now it's a 10-point game, probably going to be an 11-point after this point-after attempt.
Right. Only 6 minutes left. The Seahawks took 6 minutes of clock there. Caleb Nelson drilling the field goal. Excuse me, the extra point. Just wow. What a turn of events for the Seahawks. Michael, as you said, the Seahawks opted out of the field goal and went for that. And look what it did for them. No huddle offense, running that quick. It was excellent. You saw the signal by Coach Ports to just go again. And that's what they did. Shu taking people into the end zone for a touchdown.
So 20-9, the score sits in favor of the Seahawks. Not an insurmountable comeback the Cascade Bruins are facing, but a tough one. With just over 6 minutes left, they'll probably have to incorporate a little more than just the run game if they want to score twice within this period of time. And then, of course, if they can score here, especially a touchdown, which would be the hope, the pressure is going to be on the defense to stop this Anacortes team.
Michael, really quick, so for the last 3 kicks from Nelson, we've seen something different. We've seen his regular kick, bringing it back to around the 10-yard line, a squib kick, an onside kick, and now we are going to see what he has now. Squib kick yet again. Stopped right about the 30 as he waved it off. That's going to be the Seahawks defense coming out and trying to get a quick stop here so they can wrap this game up. Be sitting happy and warm at home in this cold night in Anacortes.
Bruins trying to spoil the spirits of Seahawks students, coaches, players, all of the above here on the homecoming football game. They want to send this crowd home unhappy. And they have a chance to do it here. Eric Sowards, the quarterback, along with Hunter Smith, Michael Pearl, they have led this offense well through the game. Can they finish?
Looks like that's going to be a big pass, and he is wide open. But Hayden John is there to hopefully stop him, dragging him down onto the ground. What a pass, and that is one of the only passes we've seen from the Bruins. But that, Michael, that was a 40-yard play there.
Lyle Pinalla with the
Great
reception and some yardage afterwards as well. Good tackle there by Hayden John to stop him in his tracks, but that tackle only came after, as Freddie said, a really large play there.
Right.
And I'm fascinated by the play calls by the Bruins, because those kind of passes you'd think they'd want all night. Here they come back to the run game.
And that's an open run. Weird, crazy turn of events, Michael, as they are in the red zone. And they are just a couple yards shy of getting a touchdown here.
2 plays, 40 seconds off the clock. They're in the red zone, and they are moving, ladies and gentlemen.
About
this game,
60 yards.
This game is not over, folks.
About 60 yards or more in 2 plays off of that long bomb and that solid run there. The Bruins are here, and they're showing the Seahawks that they are not out of this game yet. They've got 5 minutes to score twice, but looks like they're cutting away using not much of the clock and getting in position.
And a fumble recovered by the Seahawks. It's Garrett Bickley falling on the ball.
What a huge play.
My goodness.
What a huge play. Michael, we have 5 minutes left. Seahawks ball just past the 10-yard line. That was huge from the junior Garrett Bickley to come out on top of that ball. That has got to hurt the Bruins.
Every single time, Freddie, I think this game can't get any more entertaining. Something like that happens.
That is strange, Michael, because we just saw 2 plays around 66 yards in 2 plays off of a long bomb and a big rush. But Garrett Bickley decided, enough's enough. I'm going to get that football, and we're going to win this game. And so now the Seahawks, with just 5 minutes left, are going to probably take those chip runs and just drain that clock out and finish this game strong.
They are back in control in the driver's seat. Larson, along with his star running back Jake Shue. And this is what you got to love about high school football, right? You think the game's going in one direction, and all of a sudden it takes a hard 180 turn. The Seahawks scored a beautiful touchdown off of a long drive. Then in 2 plays, as we've said many times already, the Bruins bring themselves into the red zone and look like they're just going to barrel right through the Seahawks and score,
Right.
bring this game back to within close range. And now it's the Seahawks again with the ball.
Shue's taken down, a loss of 2. But Michael, as you were just saying, Garrett Bickley really just momentum shift right there. Just cut off the momentum. Now the Seahawks have time to just get some football, hopefully get this first down here. But now that amount of pressure that was taken off the Seahawks offense and defense is just immeasurable.
Bruins with 2 timeouts under their belt. But if the Seahawks get this first down,
Ooh.
well, and see, that's
Looks
a big
like they're going to.
big play there. Going to be called offsides. Justin Munoz.
It's now 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks. They have 2 chances, as I would imagine they're going to go for it, even if it goes to 4th, as they have done this whole night. Who's to say?
It'd be really interesting. If it's 4th and 1, really close to that first down, they might. But if they don't get much on this play and it's 4th down, I'm not sure you want to risk giving the ball back to the Bruins this close to the end zone.
Right, and here's Jake taken down, as you were just saying. And that's going to be 4th and 6, 4th and 7 there.
See, now it's a question. Do they punt it? Do they go for it? If they go for it here and convert,
that is going to be a spectacle, Michael.
The game might just be over, but
looks
you're
like
seeing the
they're
punting team
going to
come
go
out.
With the punt. I believe Hayden John to take the snap and get one up in the air.
And, Freddie, I think this is the right move. You put faith in your defense. They've played well all night. They've only allowed 9 points thus far. And right now, the Seahawks can't afford to give up anything crazy.
Real impressive punt there by the junior. Taken to the 45. Flags are called. I don't know who that's on, but
Replay.
number 2, Hunter Smith, the running back, taking that for a couple yard gain there, but taken down.
Nice tackle by
the Seahawks.
Luvianos along with Caden Jacobson.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of them tonight, but there they are with an impressive stop.
So once again, the ball back in the hands of the Bruins offense around the 45-yard line.
Right, and Michael, as that was not the most impressive drive that we've seen from the Seahawks, it has done something. It has taken a lot of time off the clock, and it looks like the ball is going to be pushed back on the Bruins.
I think that's a result of the flag. Yep, good call, Freddie. So rather than the 45, they'll spot it at the 40, where the Bruins will get started. Little over 2.5 minutes to play. If they have any sort of drive similar to the last one, the Bruins really should have plenty of time, because those big plays get them close to the end zone quicker than most teams.
This is a lower scoring game than we've seen from not only the Seahawks, but Michael and I took a look at the stats of the Bruins, and this is a very low scoring game for them.
Indeed.
So this is more on the stranger side if we've seen runs non-stop from both sides, but a couple passes that have led to almost touchdowns for the Bruins and touchdowns for the Seahawks.
Sowards with a run play, and the Seahawks read it like a book in the backfield, putting him down for a loss of a few. Second down coming up.
As the band plays and the crowd cheers, 2-minute warning is only 10 seconds away. Looks like they're going to try and get one more play off until then.
Running away from defenders, just trying to get the ball out of his hands. It's caught by Hunter Smith.
He's taken down, almost a fumble there. He's just going to be just shy of the 30 with a loss of 2. Or, a loss of at least 5 there. Or more.
Third and long, whatever the specific yardage is coming up. Bruins trying to keep themselves alive here with just under 2 minutes to play. This is probably the play of the game.
I was just going to say, I think the Seahawks have it, but I'm not going to discredit the Bruins one bit, because we've seen just in about 15 seconds that they've gotten 67 or 66 yards up the field. I do not have a doubt in my mind that they will have some plays that will rattle the Seahawks a little bit coming up, but this defense has been held strong.
Sauer's going to look for the long ball, and it's right to the hands of Jake Shue.
Jake Shue. Sowers was off the back foot, and Jake is going to run this long. Flags are down again. Stop on the play. Maybe a holding call there. I did not see it.
As long as that interception holds up, just unfortunately an underthrown ball, simply put, by Sowers.
Was a pretty late flag, so I think it should still be Seahawks ball. I don't think it was anything off of before the interception there, but we are going to see the count still says 3, so I think it is Bruins ball still. Interesting turn of events there, as that interception is no good, but that was good. It should be 3rd and 15 now. Oh, excuse me, folks. Sorry, the clock was just not moved. It is Seahawks ball.
So Rex Larson, the starting quarterback for the Seahawks, no longer in the game. They're probably just going to try to run this one down and close it out nice and neatly.
Right. And we're going to see who's taking the snaps here. Looks like
direct snap to Shue.
Direct snap, yeah. I wonder if we'll see a pass here, Michael. I doubt it, but there's always a chance of that. As we saw in the last game, the last Seahawks home game, Jake Shue did take the snap and had a short pass, I believe, to Hayden John last game.
So it's Shue alone in the backfield. He's just going to run it himself, and he'll get a few.
few yards there. Jake Shue, clock winding down, minute 36 left. I'm sure we're probably going to see the same things there from Shue and the Seahawks as a timeout is called.
The taste of victory in the salivating mouths of the Anacortes students. 1:36 to play. And one more first down should wrap this game up.
Seahawks taking their time in the timeout there. Coming out in the field shortly. Really trying to wrap this up. 20-9 with a minute and 36 left. We're going to see if the Seahawks are going to try and put more points on the board or if they're going to keep Shue taking the snaps and run it off of that as we see a stacked line of defenders, but still 3 wide receivers out. Calls him in motion.
And it's Beaner.
Taken up for a gain of 4 or 5 there. Running out of bounds, so stopping the clock with a minute and 31 to go.
And now it's the third down for the Seahawks.
Real interesting, Michael. This has been a fantastic game to watch. High energy on both sides of the field, offense and defense, and from both teams. Anacortes and Cascade. Now coming to a close, a minute and 31, 3rd and 6 for the Seahawks. Jake Shue, the running back, taking the snaps.
Another motion to Beaner.
It's going to be Jake keeping it.
Nice fake by the Seahawks.
Running up. I think he's just shy of that first down. Should be around 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Around 4th and 1 for Shue and the Seahawks. I'm imagining it'll be a QB keep. Just run up the middle. But hey, we've seen some pretty impressive things tonight. Would not be surprised if the Seahawks have some tricks up their sleeve here.
And just really interesting, the dynamic of these football games. You see how quickly 3 quarters fly by, and then when it gets tough in the last 12 minutes of the game,
around 5
especially
seconds. Yeah,
especially the last 2 minutes we've seen as we near the end, it slows down the pace so much. Every play becomes so much more monumental, and this play in particular, 4th and 1. Can the Seahawks seal up a homecoming victory here? Still keeping Larson off the field.
Right. And I think that is just due to time left in the game. I think Larson is healthy as an ox as always. So we have Jake, QB keep, running up middle, and he will get that first down and a couple extra yards there, running up the middle.
So as the clock begins to wind down, the Seahawks will call one more snap, and then the play clock should take care of the rest here on first down.
Seahawks taking their time here.
You'll see Larson come in, probably just going to take a knee here.
Correct. Should be how she goes. John in the backfield. Interesting here. Should just be a knee. Knee from the QB, Rex Larson. 27 seconds left. I think, folks, that is going to be the game. 20-9, Anacortes Seahawks. Homecoming game wrapped up. Impressive performance from both teams, but the Seahawks coming out with the victory. Any words, Michael?
What a great game, Freddie, truly. I mean, really, I didn't know until the end which team was going to take it, and the Seahawks came out on top. Kudos to them for playing a great game, but boy, the Cascade Bruins kept us on our toes.
Yeah, in that run game, I'd say the first half was the closest, Michael. Just the first quarter especially was dead stop. Tied at 6-6 after 0-0. There was almost no really big plays. And then that second quarter hit. We started getting some passes. We started getting some just larger runs and more deciding plays. Third quarter, same thing. We had just a lot more penalties, which we haven't seen much this season. But we had them. And fourth quarter wrapping up, Seahawks victory ensured. Just the plays.
So the student section volume continuing to rise as the Seahawks come away with a victory. Now 8-1 on the season. The Bruins falling to 4-5. And they're not going to silence this crowd tonight, folks. Big win, 20-9. The Seahawks over the Bruins. We'll leave you to the band music and the crowd cheering.
Right.
From Hanrahan and DePaula alike. Have a great night and stay safe for the Halloween weekend.
Yes, sir.
When you buy or donate items to the Kiwanis shop, you are participating in this great local effort. But when you join or volunteer, you are doing much more. See you at the K-Shop.
Go a few blocks into Old Town Anacortes and you'll find Dad's Diner. With breakfast and lunch served all day, you'll definitely find the perfect meal. All of their food is prepared fresh each day, from the delicious house salad with salmon to the savory BLT. Dad's Diner, open Tuesday through Sunday, is located on Commercial between 9th and 10th Street. Come on down and grab a bite.
Remember, an unanswered call is no complaint at all.
Pretzel crust is back at Little Caesars.
Yep, people loved it so much they brought it back.
They actually listened to their customers.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. And Pretzel Crust is back with a cheddar cheese sauce and a soft pretzel crust for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.